Where will it be? There we go. Let's see who shows up. Man, the world is going crazy. The world's going crazy.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
Let me take this off. World's going crazy, bro.
What do you think? What do you think?
So, Putin is a murderer and a killer. There's no doubt about it. But it's terrible, man. It's really sad to see. Everything's crooked too as well. So, hey, Carly, how you doing?
So you say Putin is a murderer. What do you
He's
think
a
about,
madman.
What do you think about Bush, George Bush, and Tony Blair? All those guys.
George Bush, Tony Blair.
Yes. I think those are murderer plus. And the NATO itself, yeah. See what they did around the world.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's a different aspect. It's tough because as an American, like, I don't look at. It's kind of like as an American, you think like what we do is good. We go out to the world and we do the good. But then you say Bush and Tony Blair, and so you're talking about the Iraq War, and then Afghanistan, how the hundreds of thousands of people who have been killed because of innocent bombs or misplaced bombs. It's a tough one. I get
But
it.
you know, Kanya, you are right, because you are patriotic.
Yeah.
Patriot. But me, I'm a neutral. I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can say things, without even any feeling. Bro, my opinion, personally, if somebody asks me, I won't blame Putin on this occasion.
Wow.
Why? Because this war is the consequence of a long history, especially with NATO and Americans.
Yeah.
Remember during the second, after the Soviet Union collapsed,
Yeah.
they agreed. They said, okay, NATO shouldn't push further.
They never agreed. It was never codified. It was it's like, see, this is the myth that Putin's putting out there. Putin has put out there that NATO has said there was an agreement that we won't go an inch to the east. We won't go any further. That was what they talked about in discussions. When it came to writing it down and putting it into paper and codifying it, that's not in there. You will never see that written in there.
But the problem is not written or whatever. But even if it's verbal, yeah?
Just because we have a conversation about it,
yes.
that's what he's going off of. But that's not what was written down. So the agreement, the international law is what's written down.
Yes.
And
Now,
so NATO has expanded to the east, Estonia, Poland,
yes.
It's right up in there.
It's wrong. Remember even what happened when the Russians went to Cuba and used Cuba in the war. Yeah. Remember, it almost triggered the Third World War. America said no way. In the same scenario that we're living today. So for me, I think what he's doing, of course I don't support war, but I've seen how people suffer. Yeah. Politicians, they're just in their comfort zone, yeah, giving instructions, but they are not in the battlefield to see how people are suffering. And that's what is evil. Yeah. So in this particular case, yeah, I think if the American NATO in the West, the West have listened to Putin's concerns, saying no, please don't push further, or don't allow Ukraine to be there. I think this thing wouldn't be there. Honestly, those are the guys I've been personally.
Yeah, I think you're right in the fact that it's all because of NATO in terms of Ukraine trying to join. Because Russia's not going to allow it. I said this yesterday, actually. I went live yesterday and I said, it's funny to hear you say the exact same thing that I just said yesterday, was that it's all because NATO expanding and Ukraine trying to join NATO. So it's interesting to hear you have that take. And I see the Russia viewpoint. They're being surrounded all on the west, on their border. I get it. I can see it. And like I said yesterday, on a live video I did, was America wouldn't stand for Russia putting any kind of military equipment in Cuba. Wouldn't stand it. Didn't take for it in the 60s, and sure as hell wouldn't take for it in the 2020s. They'd be like, hell no. You know, so I get it. Now, about the Ukrainians, so the UK has announced, and I just was on a debate with my friends from previous works I used to do. So we have a WhatsApp group, and we were talking, because they just sanctioned the oligarch for Chelsea owner. And I said, good effort. Now I struggle as a Westerner thinking, how do you sanction somebody with the code of law? Like, just because I know you, you can seize all my stuff? And I don't get how that works on a legal point. That's the part I struggle with. And I've had these debates. I've been talking with my lawyer as well. Like, how does that happen, like in the codified law? Because I'm not part, like this guy's not part of the government. He's not part of the Russian government. He's close to these people. He knows Putin. He knows these people. But he's not part of the government.
It has got nothing to do
So it's like I get it. Like it's like there's plenty of people who would be close to Boris Johnson. And so what legal justification could a Western country sanction somebody who's close to because I know Boris Johnson? Like I get if you sanction like the people who are part of the government or served in the government. Like I can see how that works. But as a private citizen, just because I know you and you happen to be a warlord, doesn't mean I'm part of it. What I got to do with it? You know, just cause they say, okay, well, I'm gonna sanction you, Carl, until you tell Ziggy to stop the war. Okay, Ziggy, stop the war. If you don't, you just assuming I got that kind of influence.
Another thing, Carl, you're right. Legally,
I don't get how legally it works.
Even logically.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Because imagine, you think this is why I say politicians, they don't love us. They are just there for their own agenda. Imagine all this sanction regime. Bro, you have given a good example about Abraham.
Yeah.
How many British people life depend on that?
On that guy.
That's one. Secondly, even Chelsea is also under armor. What does it have to do with the side? So
you can't sell any more tickets.
Exactly.
They can't sell any more tickets. They can't sell any more merchandise. They can't do nothing. Right?
And also these guys, the reason why I think they are sometimes stupid, I'm sorry to use that word, but they think like babies. Because when they take those kind of measures, like sanctions, people who are going to suffer more are the British fans of Chelsea. Imagine you have Chelsea.
Let's be clear, but let's be clear though. Suffer because of a sports team. I don't want to equate suffering because you can't watch a sports team. However, I struggle with that part of it. I just don't understand. So that was one aspect of it all. But then, like what we're doing in the WhatsApp group, we were talking about, the UK is offering to sponsor. Like you can sponsor a Ukrainian. Now there were two aspects of it. Like one of my close friends who's in America. He's American Nigerian. His wife is Ukrainian, actually. And so I messaged him last night, right before I went to bed, and he messaged me first thing this morning at 6 o'clock. Because I said, hey, I'll sponsor your wife and family, your wife's family to come. They can come stay with me. And he said, thank you, he appreciates that. They're going to talk about it more. But they are safe because they're on the western part of Ukraine, apparently. And they're actually helping other Eastern Ukrainians. They're staying with them, you know what I mean? And so I just said, look, it's up to your wife and her family what they want to do for their own safety. I said, if it gets bad and they feel they need to leave, I'm more than happy because the government, UK government's launching a scheme that says you, me, anybody here can sponsor somebody from Ukraine and open them up into their house. And so as soon as I found out, I messaged him immediately. I said, great, like I can help. So if you want to get your family out, if your wife's family wants to come out of Ukraine, I'll sponsor them and they can stay in my house. Because I just want them to be safe. And so I'm just kind of now I'm like thinking, well, if they don't take the offer, do I now offer it just to a random Ukrainian family? You know what I mean? So now my kind of two ways on what to do. However, what I was trying to get to was that inside the work WhatsApp group thing, these are people I used to work with. And, some are white British, some are Indian British, some are, Middle Eastern British type of thing. We were having a debate and a discussion. And they were saying, like, where was all this for the Syrian people. Where is this sponsorship to sponsor Syrian people? Where was this to sponsor people in Yemen and African people? And where's that? And so why is it that, for all intents and purposes, Ukrainian people are white, just in general, all intents and purposes. So why is it that they get this sponsorship? Like any British person can open a sponsorship. So why not other people of other war-torn countries? And I said, I get what you're trying to say, because I'm a firm believer that it is the right of everybody to flee war. If they need to get out, they should be able to move. And where they go. So they should be a refugee, whatever it is. That's just the international law. And I also agree with that because not everybody can fight. Not everybody is 18 to 60. Some people are 14 years old. Some people are 85 years old. Some women are getting ready to give birth. They got to get out of there. So, but you don't evacuate 40 million people around the world. I get that.
But for my point of view about your position, honestly, you are just being humanitarian.
Yeah.
But the thing is now too much politics has been involved in this, because there is this double standards in this world. And also, when it comes to sanctions, I was wondering, I was asking myself a question. Where was this sanction when Israel every single day has been hammering the Palestinians and nobody even open up the mouth? You see, it's really injustice. And also, another point that I think about all these sanctions, see how life has become miserable for us. Yesterday I went to buy petrol. What can you imagine? So,
the petrol
guys, and I blame all these blocks. Imagine
petrol prices is high.
And that is the beginning.
Woo!
Imagine, bro, EU. What is EU? And you know the problem, me also, I blame also
America,
they are
my
the masters,
country. We're the masters.
Those are the boss, those are the guys,
boss.
exactly, who are saying huge. Imagine how they bully the rest of the world, they intimidated everybody to support Ukraine. Even if you don't want, they just come to you. If you don't support Ukraine, you'll be under sanction.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine? So you see how bully guys your government is.
It can be. It can be. If you look at it that way, I'll give you that.
Now imagine, guys, Europe, any particular country, any individual European country has got a personal relationship with Russia, one way or another.
Oh yeah, with that oil for
Exactly.
sure.
They are going there.
Woo!
Exactly. Now,
Germany, for example.
EU, because the EU government is totally different from the rest of the EU members.
Yeah.
These guys, they have been acting out of emotion and out of their own political agenda because they don't like Putin. They've got a problem with Putin. Okay, they come with a set of sanctions. Forgetting that these sanctions are not only going to bite Russia, but they'll bite even us.
It's like one of those things. Do you cut off your nose to spite your face?
Exactly.
Because it's kind of like I'm going to Germany tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the gas prices are like high. They about to be so high.
That's why I say these guys don't love us, man. The politicians, they don't love us.
What did you think about the stories that you heard about black Arabs, Indian people fleeing Ukraine and being told at like Polish borders that no blacks allowed, no Muslims allowed, go to another border, go to Romania, or they couldn't get on the buses. They're in Kiev and they couldn't get on the buses. What are your thoughts on that? I find that that pained me too, man. I'm like, what?
Because there is even some video, I don't know if they are showing how black people are being beaten.
I haven't seen that.
I've seen that one, man. The one guy was
like, I get it if it was like, for me, I get it if it was like, okay, women and children and the elderly first. I'll give up my train seat. If I was in Kiev, okay, I'll see you, let's get the women and children and the elderly out first. I get it. It should be that. But then like I was hearing that, it was like, okay, well, here's a young woman who's black or who is Arab or Indian, and they say, no, they can't get on the train. They got to give up their seat for the white Ukrainian. And it's like, no.
And
It's,
you
you know,
know,
women and children, fine, let's go. I don't give a crap where you from. If you in Ukraine, women and children first, go. Get on this train. I'll stay back. I'll catch the next one. I'll sleep in the subway for a week until all the women and children are out. Then let's get the elderly out. Then like, okay, men, we can go now.
Yeah, and you know what? These things are irritated most of black, especially in Africa. You know, there are some people who are still neutral, yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
But as soon as they saw the, I've got people I talk to, yeah.
I got a comment. You should watch Desmond's A Classic British Comedy about a black barbershop in London. Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Yes, so those guys were telling me now, you know, since the time when we saw those videos, we don't even want to support those guys because we're sympathizing with you guys. Because our brothers are in the same situation as you, and they're human beings like you. But
yeah, like when I started hearing those reports, it really is upsetting because here we are, 2022, and people still being judged by their skin color in a war.
Imagine. And now, for me, I say this is good. At least something is coming out. Now people can see how racist is so.
Like that's what it just really upset me. I got no problem, Ziggy. If it was me and you, we was in the middle of Ukraine, and they said, okay, you two can't get on the train, but they was taking two women and two children. Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
But it can't be me and you can't get on the train, but here's two white Ukrainian men, same age, getting on the train. What?
Oh man. No fair, man.
Like I gotta get up? No, I ain't gotta get up. They gotta get up. If it's women and children only, then it should be just. I want to see packed trains, number of women and children on the train. That's all I want to see. I want to see, you know, I don't want to see none of that. Then what's upsetting? What really upset me was like. Fine. Now that you finally got out of Kiev, you make yourself to the west. You get to the border of Poland, and now they're saying, "Oh, no blacks at the border." How the hell do you even have the audacity to utter such a word in 2022? This ain't 1960. This ain't 1910. This ain't 1880. This is 2022. We're supposed to treat everybody fairly. You know why we at the border. It ain't like we just shown up on some random Tuesday. You know Russia's invaded over here. You know they bombing. We got out of, you know, what we say, got out of Dodge. I don't know, do the British have a saying like that? Got out of Dodge? But, you know, you got out of Dodge. I'm at your border. You talking about no blacks. Go to the other border. No, I'm coming through this border. I'm coming right here.
And these are official.
It's exactly. I can't imagine. It's upsetting to see that. It's really, even if it's only 1% true, it should be 0%. It's 1% too much.
Yeah, and also if it was just ordinary person, yeah, saying that. But when you see officials, it shows
at the border.
Exactly. It shows that is the thing. The poison is already in the institution.
It's in the institution.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't give a crap if 5 out of 10 black people made it through the border. It should be 100%. I get it. If you, I understand. Like, I understand you trying to check documents and stuff like that. I get that. It's a hard thing. But when people gotta flee. Do you think if you have to run now, you're gonna run back to the house to get your passport, to get your birth certificate, to get all this stuff? You're just gonna grab and go, you know?
I've experienced running, man. I experienced refugees. I've experienced. You don't have time.
You don't got the time.
No.
So you're gonna have whatever you got on you.
You know, it's sad, Carl, because people think war is like in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just people are being shot and then they wake up, you know, they do that. But that thing, when you hear guns, even this person, those small rifle, yeah, shooting just close to you,
and just
you can't even wield yourself.
Yeah.
Now imagine bombs being dropped,
mortar shells.
Yes, bro, you don't even
want to move.
You even forget that you have got children back there. Yeah. Some people just run and they reach the place. They say, "Oh, my kids. Ooh, I forgot. Now I gotta go back." Exactly.
Yeah, because you're trying to save yourself. I get it. Man.
No, it's sad.
It's sad. It's upsetting. It's sad.
This war, in my own opinion, it's going to going to change so many things. Even even politically, even also geopolitically, it's going to change so many things. And I think I might be wrong here. The loser in this war are going to be the West.
You think so?
Yes. You know why? Because
you think the West is going to lose to Russia? No
okay.
way.
I mean, in the way, you know, they will create two blocks.
It's already two blocks.
Exactly.
It's already this Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, India will probably support China and Russia.
Yes. Now, in that they are bound. There will be so many other countries which are not in the EU, yeah? Who are going to join that block there because of what is going on. For example, the African countries, African people are tired of the Europeans, the West, because of their interference in anything. They don't treat African like partners.
Yeah.
They treat African countries like they are slaves still today. So Africa cannot make a decision about their own. So people have fed up. And Russia in Africa, if you go to Africa, people, trust me, African people, African countries, they prefer Russian than the West. Why? Because Russian and Chinese, that's why you see they are happy there.
Yeah.
Because they go there for business. Even if they find you eat rat. It's none of their business. Yeah. They say that's your life. Yeah. As long as it doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
Even people are they are for example polygams.
Polygamist.
Yeah. Even if you're polygamist, they don't care. Even if you don't respect gay people, they don't care. So they are there for business. Now Africans are just feeling comfortable with those guys. Than with the European who before they can support you, before they can give you even help, you have to provide to show that you respect their so-called human rights. And they don't also respect. You have to show them that you respect democracy. Now they don't even themselves respect. So Africans are tired with that. They say we are African, we have got our culture, our way of living. Let us live our So Russia, they go there. If for example, a country is in war, and those countries, for example, Central Africa, they were in war recently. They tried to ask help from the West. The West refused. They turned to Russia. Russia provided them with weapons and instructors, and the war ended.
Yeah, because especially with the West, with America, it's always the money.
Exactly.
Always. It's gonna come down to the good old dollar bill.
Yeah.
Like, how much is this gonna cost? Like Tupac said it best, man. There's no better quote. I don't think there's any better quote when it comes to it. They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Man, they will find that money tomorrow. I mean, we need $5 billion. Boof, it'll be there tomorrow. We need $1 billion to feed everybody in America for 2 months. Oh, we ain't got that. We ain't got that. Woo-hoo. Let there be war though. Pow, 20 billion tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Man, it's sad. It's sad what's going on.
It'll be tomorrow. We'll have 20 billion ready for you tomorrow. But say you gotta help poor people in America, poor areas in America, man, we ain't got it. I ain't got it on me, brother. Sorry. Can you spare any change? Look at my wallet, I ain't got nothing. Oh, there's a watermark. Boom, here's $20 billion. Boom, it's there. It is there.
Oh man.
So it's but then it's always political. You gotta try to see past what they're showing you. Somebody said, I went live yesterday, right? Somebody said a quote that was really poetic in a way. Was that news is what they are trying to hide, and then he said something like, news is what they're trying to hide, and what they show you is just advertisement.
Yes.
Because they're gonna hide stuff from you.
Yeah.
Like I had talked when this whole Brexit thing was coming up, right? And like they talked about Project Fear, and they said, oh, they're gonna be lorries, you know, queued up down the M whatever down that way, you know, for miles. And I kept telling people, I said, there's no way on this earth the government is going to allow that to happen. They will hide that. What did they do? Create all these parks to hide the trucks, park over there by the dozens, by the thousands, because we're not going to have that on TV. Even though the queue is there, they've moved the queue to a field. So now trucks are sitting there for a day, 4 days, you know, a week for paperwork, where if they didn't make those truck parks, they'd be queued up and down the motorway. So they will hide it. And so you always have to think like, what's going on right now? What is it that we're not seeing? There's a question, there's a thing going on that we're not seeing as a society, that the government, our government here in the UK, in America, in the West, isn't showing us or isn't telling us. And there's sure stuff going on in Ukraine and Russia that we don't know about.
That's true.
They hide it. Who they will hide?
I was a journalist, I didn't tell you that.
No, I never knew you were a journalist. So you're the enemy. You're fake news.
No, that's what I'm going to say. You know, now I can tell you there is no more journalism. It's just manipulation. That's the game. Because what they tell you is not what you want to know. They tell you what they want you to know.
Yeah, exactly.
So you see how them, and then that's one. Secondly, because that is the biggest problem in this world, and it's very easy.
There's a reason why Russia and China control the media.
Exactly.
You control the media, you control the narrative.
USA, UK. That's why you see everybody in this country. I can say 99%. Of course, there are people who are like you, free thinkers who don't think in the box. But
I try to think I try to be free think. I try to like I hear what you say, and then I'm like, well, what else am I not? What are you not telling me, or what should I be looking at?
But here, people will believe what the BBC will tell them. But if you
gotta be skeptic. I always say you gotta be skeptic, but like I told you before on other conversations we had, it's fine to be skeptic, but not everything rises to the level of being like a high skeptic, and you can just be like, I'm just at a low, you know, I run at like a 3 in terms of skepticism, right? And certain things need to rise to a 10 and be totally skeptic, and some things would just be like a 1, like okay, you know, maybe, you know, but there's some like I just won't believe it. I gotta find it for myself. You gotta show me.
Somebody want to manipulate. When you know that the media is trying to manipulate you, first of all, the formula of presenting a fact, is a reportage. It's who did what, when, and how.
Who did what, when, and how.
If you just purposely remove one of the headlines, you leave a gap, and when there is a gap, you open door to speculation. And when there is speculation, people will go far away from the truth. So when you see a media is not presenting the fact. For example, you and me, we fight there. We just come, me and you.
You lose. Let's be clear, so everybody knows. We fight.
Exactly.
You get knocked out in the middle of the street.
And you knock me out.
You damn right. You ain't knocking me out.
But somebody want to manipulate that information, and maybe the reporter is your friend. You are the one who knocked me out.
You damn right I will. But look.
So he will come. He will, instead of reporting who did what, when, why, and how, he will remove some part of it. And then he will not even say the reason why you knocked me out. Maybe I provoked you.
It'll just be two black people attacked each other.
He will just report that knockout, but he will not show.
It'll say something like rampant gang violence in Derby.
Exactly.
Leads to 2 black men fighting in the street.
Exactly.
That's what it'll be. That's what it'll be.
Never tell you what happened, the history. Why did we fight? Maybe you didn't want to fight me, and I kept pushing you. You did it for self-defense. But because somebody doesn't like you, he will focus on that punch only.
or the narrative
It
that
never exactly.
or there could be a narrative, like I said, there could be a narrative they want to spin, Normanton Derby as a drug-filled
Yes.
gang place. We would turn into just two businessmen. We would go from two businessmen fighting to two gang members fighting in the street over drugs. This would turn into.
There is you remind me
Because the
something,
narrative.
yeah. In 2003, you know, those days, yeah, Evening Telegraph.
Yeah.
They used to portray Normanton negative.
Yeah.
To the point now, till today, Carl, there are some white
However-
English who can never cross this road. Yeah?
I know we're in
Because they are
Normanton,
both-
but let's be clear, we're in Normanton Derby. If I remember correctly, literally down this street, if it's not this street, it's the next street over, there was some guy who had like bombs and stuff like maybe 2-3 years ago. Maybe
Yes.
4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
down
the
this
terrorists
street.
down
Yeah, it was
there,
like
yeah,
right
yeah,
there, wasn't it?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
right around the corner, like right there.
Norfolk Street, yeah.
Yeah,
That was it. You know, those are.
I remember that. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember coming, I was like, really? Right there?
And this is only one case, but
Yeah.
somebody want to manipulate, want to portray a bad image about Normanton, we tell you that Normanton is always there are those kind of situations.
Yeah.
And now it's like somebody who goes, imagine you can't, if you want to manipulate people, you go to the bush. The bush has got so many trees, it's a forest.
Oh,
And then you see one or two trees has fallen.
Yeah.
And then you come down, you come back to us and say, you know what? The whole forest is down. You see that?
Yeah.
So that is what the media does. Media, you are supposed to tell people exactly what is happening, but because they want to shape our opinion, they will hide what will make us think. And they present us what they want us to take. So, it's sad.
It is sad.
That's why I think the world is going to now. Nothing is going to go back again. After this Ukraine, I don't think. I know Putin will win.
I don't know if
I
Putin's
think
gonna
he
win.
will take over that country. The only reason why he has not taken it over is because he's scared to destroy it. That guy, you know, the
He
Russian.
can, I think this is what I think is gonna happen. This is what I really think will happen. They're gonna rage this war. Putin probably captures Kiev. Probably more than likely captures the capital. But it's one thing to capture it, it's another thing to maintain it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's clear these Ukrainian people don't want to face to Russia.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going to happen. Then you're going to see the government come back and reattack and have to reclaim.
Yeah.
So I can see that going on.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't lead to World War III.
Yeah.
You know, I like I've said to people, if it kicks off, I'm out of here. I'm not British. It's not my fight.
You go to Africa, man.
And so, like I told, like, you know, I talked about the WhatsApp group. You know, because a couple of the guys are British, Indian, and then British, like African descent. I said, you know, if you are British, you gotta stay and fight. Because one said, oh, I'm gonna take off to India. I said, no. I said, you can't sit here in this society, argue that quote unquote white Britain doesn't treat you as British. They see you as non-British, but British in this quasi way. And then when the fight kicks off, you scurry off and run. I said, you can't scurry off and run. If you British, if you black British, Indian British, Arab British, whatever sub-British, to me, all you guys, they all just British. But if we have to classify in that way, if it happens, you got to stay and fight. You got to, because you can't sit here and live in this society and say, oh, I deserve to be British and I should have all this, but then when it's time to fight for it, oh, I'm off to wherever my ancestors come from. Like if I'm in America and it kicks off, I'm fighting. But if I'm here, this ain't my fight. I'm out.
My opinion about that, that point, yeah.
I'm not British.
First of all, I know that it's not everybody who is a fighter.
Of course not. Everybody. I don't want to die.
Even
I don't want to die like
guys,
I don't want to die like the next person.
Bro, even the English guys, yeah. If war comes, those guys who are shouting on the street, oh, we are
drunks that usually sit over there.
Yeah, or even those who call themselves patriotic.
Yeah.
If they was break here, bro, it's not everybody who has got that fighting spirit.
I get it.
Who is going to fight? So if you know that you are a African British, Indian British, if you have got that courage, go for it.
Of course.
And sometimes you don't even need to be told, but it's not everybody who can do. We can see even what is happening in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You see even people who are running away.
But that's
even
why they
young
say
people.
But they say 18 to 60 they can't leave, and they shouldn't leave. You gotta stay and fight.
Bro, even fighting.
Because think about like what I said earlier about sponsoring these Ukrainian people. Like, think about the tough situation. Say they do come. Say I'm able to sponsor some Ukrainian people, my friend's family, to come here, right? Think about that. They would be leaving their home, never knowing if they will ever be able to return to it or what they will return back to. That's a tough decision. And so I would rather sit there and say, I want to die where I stand. Like, if this is my home, my land, like, this is where I want to be. I'm going to fight here. You know, like, I'm not going to have you chase me around the world to then kill me.
But
so,
I can say,
I don't want to die like the next man.
I can say out of experience, I've seen war.
I bet you have.
War is not a game, God.
I know.
Well, if we start here, my brother, and fear is a natural thing.
No doubt.
And again, it's
doubt.
contagious.
No
if
doubt.
you see everybody's running,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You better start running.
even if you are a courageous guy, you run, and then when you reach a place, it's
You can figure
why
out.
am I running? Let me try. Then you make up your mind. And if you're a fighter, you say, okay, I'm going to fight. But the problem is what, bro? Even if you are a fighter, you are not trained to fight.
Of course.
Bro, you will see, you'll be in the middle of the battlefield, yeah? And you hear the sounds
Of guns cracking.
of guns cracking. And, bro,
The next man
and
till you
don't
get
know-
shot.
Exactly. You don't even know how to manipulate a gun, bro. You just
I do.
What am I doing here?
So I've shot guns.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
I can have a gun now. I know how to clear it. If
But
I
you're
get a
not
jam,
trained. You're not
I'm not
trained
trained.
to
I'm
fight.
not a sniper or nothing like that.
Exactly.
But if I got a gun, I can clear the chamber. I can load it. I can put the safety on, take it off, take it apart, put it together. Like I don't know if I
It's
talk.
different from being on the battlefield, yeah?
Yeah, I get it. The battlefield's different. I get it. I'm not a military dude. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there saying I'm Mr. Brave.
Yeah.
I'm articulating a stance that says, at some point, you either fight or you capitulate. And if you want to say you're from this land, or you're British, as I'm using the term, or you want to say you're Ukrainian, like imagine I'm assuming there's people in Ukraine who look like us, who are Ukrainian, who have Ukrainian citizenship. They need to stay and fight. You need to stay and fight.
But I think that point, yeah, I think it shouldn't be.
I'm not gonna
ask people. It has to come from within somebody.
We can't leave.
Yeah.
If you're saying you're British in this country, you can't leave it up to the white British people to fight a battle here in Britain. If it was here, we're talking hypothetical. But if you are British and you are 18 to 60,
All of them.
1850, an able-bodied, and you're Indian descent or Pakistani descent or American descent, but you've been claiming yourself as British. If the fight comes, you got a duty to take up arms. That, whatever the government requires you to do. If that means go to the nearest depot to check in and get some training, that's what you got to go do.
But I think, yeah, I understand what you want to say. Normally, that is something that somebody can think about. But in the reality, unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. Because for me, for example, even for a white British, to get that courage to go and take a gun, he has to be naturally a fighter. He's a guy who doesn't want to die. But there are also people who are not fighters. They don't really want to die matters.
Bro, I don't want to die like the next man.
Yeah.
I don't want to die. I want to
Yeah.
see tomorrow too.
Exactly. But there are those who say, okay, I'd rather die fighting.
I want to
And
die
there are those
fighting,
who
bro.
say, no. I need to go to see tomorrow. And that's why. And secondly, bro.
I want to see tomorrow too, but at some point you get backed into a corner.
Yeah.
So
Another
that's
thing, look at all these politicians, yeah? That's something that I was talking with one of my customers. He's still fighting. He's still serving.
Okay, still
Yeah,
serving.
yeah.
Okay.
And we're saying the guy served in Afghanistan, he served in Iraq, yeah. And he has been on the battlefield, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I told him, he was telling me the scenario, sometimes they don't want to talk too much about it unless it's close to you.
Yeah.
So he was giving me some tip about the suffering they go through there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, you know what, I wish these politicians, these guys who send us to war, could even come and stay at least one day in the front line.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
He said they would think twice before they could decide
to send people's lives. Because I've watched some of these videos of Russian pilots getting shot, and people celebrate, and I look at that and I say, well, how sad is that? Because that was a human being right there, who's lost his life in a non-just way, in a war, or as Putin wants to call it, a special operation that's unjust. It's an unjust cause, right? And it harps on a lot of stuff that we've seen in society for the last couple of years, especially as we've gone through this pandemic. You got people going like, this is what you want to do? Like, I can understand if it's a just cause. Some just causes deserve you to stand and, I'm gonna use the term fight, but I mean it in a loose term. Resist, I guess is what I really mean. If it's for a just reason.
But another problem that with this, just on what you've said, I've realized that all these guys who call themselves, okay, we have to fight for our country. Bro, when it comes, they are not even ready to send their children to go there and on the phone. So now when I see these guys, the one who calls these girls, he's not ready to send his children. So why should I go and fight? Yeah. So,
this is the I'm not I'm a never Trumper. I don't like Donald Trump. And that's the thing that makes me crazy about people in America who love this dude. This is a guy, when there was a draft, dodged out of it because he's rich. You know what I mean? I got bone spurs. What foot is it in? Oh, I don't remember. Because he never had bone spurs. General bone spurs. Because the rich ain't trying to send their kid. Or the well-off ain't trying,
Exactly. And somebody who decides to go to fight, Carl, he has got nothing to lose.
This world is not post-war. We're not, people feel like World War II is the last war. It's not. There will be another war at some point, whether it's now or whether it's in 20 years or in our lifetime. It will happen. There's no doubt about it. We're not a post-war world,
But it's too sad, bro, And I understand you because you have got that humanism in your heart, and then naturally you are not a selfish guy. And secondly, you are courageous. You always stand for others.
I will stand for others.
That's why you can say, if you say that you are ready to fight for somebody, it's your nature. But outside here, man, there are people who are totally different from you.
But I just want to be clear. Like, I don't want to make it out like I'm Mr. War, like I'm Mr. Frontline guy. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, when the fight comes, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't want to shoot and kill nobody. But if I got to, if Russia's attacking or North Korea's attacking or whoever's attacking, and it's between me and my family I gotta protect, well, sorry, I choose you to die, not me.
For me, if that happens, that scenario happens, well, I will not take the gun and go and fight because I know I will not come back. I'm not trained for that, and I've got children who need to see their dad.
So I get it. Hopefully we never get to a World War III. I hope we don't. I hope in my lifetime I never have to see it.
Yeah, bro. I think but the problem is we are close to that. If it's just one mad president in NATO has got the key in America. Those are the two guys who have got the key to trigger the because Putin has got nothing to lose at the moment. Putin is fighting for the honor of his own country.
Can't stand that dude.
So he is ready for any eventuality.
I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, the only guy that I believe can spare us the Third World War is the NATO and America. if those guys say, okay, we are not there, okay, if they stand on their position today that you are
So
not
what happens when China?
go,
So what happens when China attacks Taiwan?
it will be the same.
Because that's coming.
It's coming.
That's coming. Now that's coming. Now that one's coming in our lifetime. That one's 100% coming. China is going to attack Taiwan, because you do know that, you know, Taiwan, the government in Taiwan used to be the government in China, and they've been pushed out and flee to this island. That's their last refuge.
Yeah.
And so they both consider themselves China, but Taiwan, they both consider themselves the ruler of mainland China, but they're not.
Yeah. What do you think on all those scenarios?
China, as we know it, eventually is going after Taiwan.
If you ask my opinion about those two scenarios, I would just say, let those guys solve their problem. Because at the end of the day, these guys are the same. They speak the same language. They are neighbors. Nobody can separate them. So they have to sit down and find a solution.
So why should the West? So in your view, if China attacks Taiwan, you're like, the West should not intervene at all.
No,
shouldn't.
That's
their problem.
Yeah, the more you intervene, you create more problems.
Okay.
Because you know what? I always believe
But then where do you draw the line? But that's what I'm saying. Where do you draw the line? So okay, China takes Taiwan. Now China says, okay, we want more land. When do you sit there and say, well, you can't just keep going on wars of conquest?
But unfortunately, that's what the Americans have been doing.
We don't own any. No, what war of conquest? There's no country. No, let's be clear. America's not invaded a country for conquest and said, we run the country, it's our country, you're part of America. No. No.
What they have been doing?
No. We've not folded a single country into us. What country have we folded into us?
You know, there are two scenarios. There are two scenarios. Because first of all, the Americans cannot do that because they don't have other Americans in other lands. But the Americans are doing, you know what they're doing? Yeah? They are changing the regime and put a puppet, their puppet, who is doing exactly what they intended to do. You see, but this case of China and Ukraine, these people have got a history. They are the same people. America
doesn't go and tell a regime what to do. They do it by saying, we're not going to pay for this, we're not going to buy this, we're going to do. They use economic warfare to get countries to do stuff. Where Russia just like tells you, you're not doing this. They go in there and really.
Americans are doing. I just use it.
Or maybe I'm just brainwashed.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just a brainwashed American.
I'm speaking as a middleman. Yeah. You know, when you see Ukraine and Russia go to the history, you find out that these people are
the same people.
Yeah.
Oh, the same people.
Yeah, they're the same people.
It's just like Belarusian people.
So, yeah, exactly.
They all one the same people.
So for Slavic people. It's easy really to say, okay, I'm taking back what belongs to me. But it's difficult for the Russian now to go to Pakistan and say, no, we want to annex Pakistan. Because why?
They're not the same people.
Yeah, you're not the same. Because for me and to accept you to be, we have to have the same history. It's like you and me, yeah? We're neighbors, or we are brothers. And when we are brothers or neighbors, we start fighting. We know why we're fighting. A third part doesn't know exactly what you're fighting. It's only me and you. So if a third part comes in, you're going to pour more fuel, more petrol on the fire. So, but if we will fight, you hit me, I come back. At the end of the day, we say, right now, let's just sit down because this war is not going to end. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we are suffering while people are punishing each other. That's the best way. And when we reconcile like that, I know that Carl punished me with punches. I will respect you and we will live peacefully.
I hope so.
That's what I think. But if we let what I disagree with the American police is to interfere in other people's business. Another thing, I always believe, that if any family has got their problem, you might be with your brother or your sister, you always fight. Yeah. If I come in and try to bring a solution there, I'm not helping you. But if I leave you fighting, you will come to a proper solution which will bring peace for the rest of your life. Because when the third part comes, he's not coming to help, he's coming for his own benefit. You know that these guys, they're fighting, but they've got gold in their house. That gold is what I've been targeting. So I try to put fire here, fire there, I grab the thing. And then I leave you fighting. So that's why I think America and the West should stop really interfering in those kind of situations and leave people solve their own problems. At the end of the day, imagine, Carl, what are we suffering from? Look.
But the thing, I guess what's happening, the government, I guess this is what I think was going on. You understand, international law has outlawed wars of expansion. So like America, like people kind of want to keep the borders as they are. Whatever they are today, that's how they're supposed to be from now into eternity. Yeah? So Germany, you're this big. France, you're this big. America, you're this big. Ukraine, you're this big. Russia, you're this big, right? China, this is where your borders are.
Yeah.
But that's not how the world works, as it always worked, because at some point, resources are finite. So resources shift, right? There's only so much of this or so much of that, or some new technology requires this, and now you can find some justification to go take over what was once Burma. You go, Thailand, we're gonna take it over because we want it now. You know, we're gonna fold you in. We're the same people, we want it, we're gonna go to war because maybe Burma has like vibranium, you know what I mean? They got the vibranium. And so now they're going to war of conquest. But the way the world is structured now with the laws, it says, Thailand, you can't just go and invade Burma. You know, you can't just do that.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that international law is just verbal. It's a double standard. Look at what is happening in Palestine and Israel. You see, the same guys who are pretending to protect the international law, they are the first guys to break the law. To break the law. And those are the American, the EU, still the same.
Yeah.
And also, bro, you know, I always believe that human beings, when you know that you have got a knife, I know that I've got a machete, we'll fight. We fight because you know that you have got something. But if you know that I've got a machete, yeah, you don't have anything.
I got the force multiplier.
I
call it a force. It's called a force multiplier.
Yeah.
If I have the most force,
Yes.
you're gonna have to capitulate to what I want.
Exactly.
So you can have if you got a squirt gun and I got a rifle, you want to do what I tell you to do.
But now somebody wants us to fight, we come and give you a rifle also.
Now if somebody gives you the rifle, but now I come with the bomb.
Exactly. Another one we come.
Exactly.
That's the problem. And
That's
so
what
the
happens.
situation goes.
Exactly.
But
We start with the fist. Somebody hands you a club. Somebody hands me the gun.
Yeah.
Somebody hands you a bigger gun. I get a bigger gun. You get a bomb. I get an even bigger bomb.
Exactly.
You know.
And as you just said, it's all about money. Because
resources. It's all about resources. Not just money, resources.
Yeah, the African culture, yeah, African history.
Let's get this going. Let's get this moving.
I think even the world before, yeah, before the creation of money, people were living. There was not so many trouble because
shit, people been fighting since day one.
Yeah, but
since Cain and Abel, they've been fighting.
Yeah, those days.
Miss me with that. People been fighting since day one. Year zero, they've been fighting.
Those days they were fighting for territory.
Yeah, they wanted more and more land.
Yeah, now yeah, the same, but now adding to
now it's resources.
Resources. So that we do have two problems.
Cobalt, gold, nickel, copper.
Yeah. But you know, if let's say there was that kind of trade where you have got potatoes, I've got rice. Then I give you rice, you give me potatoes. So we be depending on each other. So that's how it should be. But when I've got money, and you have got the potatoes, I really want to impose you. Because I impose you what I want, the rules. I impose you the rules. So and then if you don't want, you say no, I don't want those rules. You start fighting. That's the reason why I think today the world is in chaos. Everybody's just looking for resources. And if you are got no resources, you have peace. But when you have got resources, you become a target for everything.
Yeah, bro. Make me beautiful, please. Don't worry, man.
I'm going back home.
No, I'm going to Germany, then Paris, and then yeah. I got Germany, Paris, and then then I'll be back here for. So I'll be in Germany for like 2.5 weeks. Then I'll be flying. Then I'll be in Paris for a couple of days, and then I'll come back here for 10 days, I think, and then I'll fly to America, and I'll be there for like 2 weeks, and then I'll come back.
So when you come back, I'll be in Africa.
Oh, you gonna be in Africa?
Yeah, so I'm traveling this month.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I think at the moment, my plan is to go to California and then go to Florida. I'll probably go to Florida.
Okay.
Go get a little sun, and then that's takes me to about. That's my schedule to about April.
Alright. Okay. Are you going alone?
Yeah. Then May. And then in May, what I gotta do in May? And then I gotta go back to Germany in May. And then in June, and then I gotta go to Dubai. I gotta go to the Middle East. I might go to. I just came from Dubai.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go to Dubai.
I think I'm going in June. I think I'm going in June. That's the current tentative plan. A lot of, like my schedule gets real tentative.
Okay.
Oh, and then in June, I do know. Okay, so in June I have a busy June. So June I gotta go to Dubai. I'm going to Ireland. And then I gotta go to America. Again, I gotta go to California again. So June I got 3 places to do. I'm going 3 places: Dubai, Ireland, and then back to America. And then July I gotta go. I'm going all over Europe in July. Okay. So I'm going to France. I'm going to Greece. I'm going to Italy. And then hopefully in August I'll relax. August I'm gonna relax. Then I'm gonna go vacation. Then I'm gonna go on vacation in August. I'm about to buy a property in Dubai actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
I'm buying a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom villa.
Okay.
Yeah. I just got the paperwork's being drawn up now.
I'm going to just like my because all rules, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
But it won't be complete for like 2 years.
Okay. I think in May I'll go there for 1 week.
You got to. So this is the late. I'm going in June. That's gonna be the latest, the earliest I've ever been, I should say. It's gonna be scorching hot in Dubai. June.
Yeah. Yes, man. Yeah, that's.
Like I was there in February. It was warm, but it wasn't hot. It was warm, but it wasn't hot.
The last time I was there also it was around a winter time, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was warm, but no.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a hot. It was like a nice British summer when I went in February. It wasn't overly hot, but it wasn't overly cold.
Yeah.
But in June, it's gonna be like 40, 38. It's gonna be scorching hot all day long.
Wow.
So I met Mo Farah actually when I was in Dubai.
Oh.
He stayed at the same hotel as me.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't even know who he was.
Really?
No, I had no idea. I was sitting there talking with him,
Mm.
and then I
In
swam away.
Arabic.
And then I was just like, why all these people keep taking pictures of this dude and stuff like that? Like it was like noticeable. And then somebody told me, so then I swam back to him. We had a laugh about it. I was like, oops. I was supposed to have known who you were. I wouldn't pay attention. I just treat people as, I'm not starstruck, so I don't get starstruck. Maybe if I saw Beyonce, I get starstruck, but bar that, I'll probably just be like, hey, what's up?
What about no program for China?
China, I'm not going nowhere east. I was supposed to go to Japan this year. I'm supposed to go to Japan. I'm still gonna go to in September. I'm gonna go to Thailand.
Okay.
I'm about 80-90% sure I'm gonna go to Thailand this September.
I would like to
That's probably
go
about
there
90. I'm
because
probably about 90%.
I'm looking for a place where I can buy cheap t-shirts. Yeah.
You should go. You know where you should go? You should go to Malaysia.
Malaysia. Yes, somebody told me.
You should go to
about
Malaysia.
Yeah. Because I went to Dubai.
Because that's where they have a lot of. Oh yeah, you don't want to do it in Dubai.
Yeah.
You want to go to Malaysia or Sri Lanka. You want to go there. You want to go there.
Malaysia or Sri Lanka. Yeah. I think. I will see, man, when I come back from Africa. That's what because I'm going to check the market down there, and then I'll see if I can go to those places. The only problem maybe to how to ship them to Africa. But anyway.
Ooh, I might go. When I was in Dubai, they were talking about Saudi Arabia. So like I'm considering going to Saudi Arabia. Maybe I'll probably put that on like a next year thing, you know.
Okay.
Just to go because I ain't never been. How many people you know been to Saudi Arabia?
Man, I've never been.
Exactly. I don't know. I know like one person who's been to Saudi Arabia, and so
I think
they were selling it.
Yeah.
Well, they were selling it all in Dubai. Like I went to this Saudi because I went to like the Dubai Expo, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. But while I was there, like Saudi Arabia is like on this blitz to like get tourism there.
Really?
Oh yeah, major blitz. Major blitz. They trying to get people to go to Saudi Arabia so bad.
But the only problem now with them, they don't allow what to enjoy most in the West. It's a taboo there.
Well, what they told me, man, they said you
Alcohol
could.
is
Well,
not
no
allowed
alcohol.
there.
No alcohol. They still said no alcohol. I asked that too. I said, hey, no alcohol? It's like, nah, still no alcohol. But you can do all the other stuff.
But you can't
I was like, man.
go out you can't go hunting girls' house.
Yeah, I was like, what? But I said, I want to go just to see it. Just to say I've been, man. You know, I don't need to, you know. But if I go, it's one of those things like, I would go to Riyadh, but then I want to go to Mecca. I'm not religious, but I want to just say I've been.
But you could go.
Why not?
You have been in Israel.
I've been in Israel several times.
Yeah, and you have I think you have even visited that that place. What is it called? That big wall.
The Wailing Wall. Yeah, I've been to the Wailing Wall.
So you
I've
can
been
also go to Mecca, man.
Yeah, I want to go to Mecca. Yeah, I want to do that.
Look at this idiot. They bought this alcohol here. Is it yours?
Woo. Is this mine?
It's yours.
No, I don't drink.
So they forgot. Yesterday I was not around. Don't drink, man.
I'm not gonna drink. I haven't had any alcohol all year.
I was off yesterday, so I think they were drinking this side.
Clearly they was drinking. They got the Grey Goose, the famous goose. No, I haven't had any alcohol all year. I'm gonna.
Really, you don't drink?
Let's not say I don't drink. I've made a commitment to lose weight, get in shape, and not drink for 6 months.
I can imagine you
So
when you drink, yeah. You're sober, but you're always active. No, I imagine when you drink.
When I'm drinking, I'm still pretty active, but I haven't drank anything.
Really?
Even like on New Year's Eve, I had some champagne.
Oh.
I had a sip like 1 minute before,
Really?
and then when I did a toast, I spit it out. I didn't even drink.
That's good. That's the end of quitting, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a heavy drinker anyways, though. But
Yeah, man. Even when you go out, you don't drink.
not even like you. As long as you've known me, I've gone out. Even when I was younger, I would go out and not drink.
That's good, man. I don't drink. I can maybe drink only one bottle of anything when I'm eating. But apart from that, no, man. I don't like alcohol. I want to be in control my action, everything. I remember
Years ago, this is like when I first got out here. I got I went on this date. This is when I first got out here. I went on this date with this girl, and I got so drunk, and you know, we took the taxi back to the house, right? And literally, I got out the taxi. She got out after me. I think she like turned around because I paid. I think I paid. She went to get the change. She turns around. She turns around after closing the door. She turns around and faces the front of the house. She's like, "Where did he go? Where did he go? Did he just go inside?" Then she looked down and I was like laid out in the bush.
really.
Like I got out the car, paid the money, and just poof. I was laying out in the bush like this, right? And she said, I turned around. She said, I turned around, closed the door, got your change, turned around. I couldn't find you. I thought, man, how did he go in the house that fast? And then it was like, oh, he's right here on the. I mean, this is like the first. This is like one of the first like dates I went on when I first got out here. It was a long time ago.
Like a comedy, man.
Yeah, like I was like laid out, like just. And then she took a picture. I still have that picture. Yeah, I still got it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's somewhere like my backup files.
Imagine.
Yeah. You got the hot sauce?
Yes, there.
Yeah, man. So, but I'm not a heavy drinker anyway, so I never have been. My
It's good that you don't drink, man. Because if you can drink and
like it's not to say I haven't been drunk, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
It's cold, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I've been drunk like anybody, you know. But I don't get drunk. I don't drink as a thing. I'm the type of guy who can just have water. So I can go to a club right now and just have water the whole damn time.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, no problem. Don't bother me.
Yeah, man.
I always believe that, you know, because you know, if I'm chirping the birds, you know, I gotta have my faculties about me. You know, I gotta spit that game to them. But you know, but let me you know, I never carry any cash. Let me walk to the store and get some cash.
Okay. No,
You know, so.
this story, but this one, yeah, charges.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going this one. I know they charge. I'm gonna walk to the store real quick.
Yeah.
And I'll get some money because I don't carry no cash on me.
No problem.
So I'll be right back. Give me a
Okay,
second.
Carl.
Hey, Ziggy.
Good, bro.
Let me catch up on some of these comments. Let's see what we got. Ooh, he looking good today. Let's see what we got on the comments. Kind of long one. Jeez, we've been going for 66 minutes. Jesus Christ, that was a slow haircut. That's probably because we was talking too much. Let's see what we got on these comments. Been to Oman, lived with friends, and been Oman, Zanzibar, Muslim family, no alcohol, but everyday ladies meeting at the fabulous house for breakfast. So I like that. Just arrived in Malta. I've been to Malta. Man, I love Malta. Man, Malta's a beautiful country. I wouldn't go now, though. I don't imagine it's hot enough. But Malta's beautiful. Malta's beautiful. Have a good day. Thank you, Carl. Well said, Carl, on the fighting thing. Seeing people defend the most stupidest thing or place because it is theirs. They can never be defeated. Have a great day. We don't want World War III. That's right, Carly. I don't want it either. Russian can beat the English easy. Just poison Greg's. I had a Greg sandwich yesterday, actually, for breakfast. Is the Barber a Forrest fan? I'm not sure who he supports. Yeah, very UK British thing. Have a fight. Can't remember why you fought. Then buy other drink. Who's Desmond? You should. Okay, there we go. I think I caught up on all the. Comments. So I gotta walk. So what I do is there's an ATM or cash machine right there, but they charge like £1.50. So I just walk to the Lidl that's right in front, buy something. I'd rather get something for my £1.50 and then get my money out. So I do that. So yeah, I'm gonna sign this video off because I'm done. Got my hair cut, looking smooth, suave, debonair, as we like to say. And I'm ready for the day. So yeah, I think I'll go to the gym later today, get a workout in. My shoulders are killing me. But man, it was a great talk. This is a barbershop talk, man. This is what, you know, I like to do these videos. They're fun. You know, I don't want to film inside, but it's fun to do these videos. And hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for rocking with me. Thanks for paying attention. You know, I never know what you're going to talk about at the barbershop, but we had a really good conversation about Ukraine, Russia, politics, all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty informative. I learned a little bit. So I like it. So everybody have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Let me get this money.